A labor shortage is one of the biggest supply chain risks today. Young people seem to prefer to make money on TikTok and Instagram as opposed to working in a warehouse. We recently asked a few industry experts to comment on how we can engage a new generation.
It is absolutely a challenge. The 20-somethings are motivated differently than I was when I was in that age bracket and seeking employment. It's all about employee engagement, making sure they recognize the value they're bringing, that the recognition and reward program is appropriate to what it is they desire to have. In my generation, it was more about a little extra monetary compensation. Today, that's still certainly important, but that additional recognition of your contribution and the coaching employee engagement elements are what makes the difference. Also, the younger generation likes to work in automated facilities more than the traditional manual operations. So we find that our customers that are leveraging a lot of robotics or advanced automation and then pairing that with a strong labor management program have the highest retention rates.
One of the challenges in supply chain really revolves around labor and the availability of labor. Cost of labor is also an important factor because labor costs in a warehouse have risen to unbelievable heights. In most major distribution areas, you're seeing starting wages at $24, $25 an hour, which is unheard of a few years ago. And you're right, a lot of the younger workers today don't want to go and work at a traditional warehouse environment. So one of the most important things about robotics is making the work life easier, safer for the associates on the floor. So I don't have to pull a pallet jack. I can walk alongside a robot and simply interact with that bot, for example. So it's all about, responding to the shortage of labor. The wages are supporting that, but again, making the work life of an associate on the floor safer and easier.
I think it's hard. When people's daily lives now, especially the younger generation, there's so much is digital, and so much there's technology involved in everything we're all doing right now. So if you're told to apply for this job, we're going to carry around a clipboard and write down and try to keep track of inventory and anything that's out of the ordinary, write it down on a clipboard and take note of it and try to track everything. Or if you have to walk in a warehouse and it's 5 football fields long and you have to just walk back and forth, those kind of dull, repetitive tasks or things that could be digital are definitely things that are hurting getting new employees in. And so if you flip that around though, and it's now you're working with a high technology and a great piece of software, so it's all digital, or if you're eliminating those walking steps, and so you're making their jobs easier. If you bring robotics in, for example, you could now you're a robot operator. You're trained and certified to operate a certain robot. You're working with that collaboratively daily, and you can even do troubleshooting and learn how to fix it. Those are ways to level up those jobs, and so they're whether they level up in your warehouse or in their future careers, it's something that's interesting to them and makes it a lot more enticing.